Hi, welcome to Let's Talk Macarthur, and today we're very, very pleased to be out here at Ottimo House with Julie Pilkington, Head of Corporate Sales.
Yes.
Welcome, Julie.
Welcome. Thank you for coming along.
I'll tell you what, we've got a break in the weather. I've just walked down and Julie met me outside, and it is just absolutely beautiful here, and everything is obviously so nice and green at the moment.
It is. After a week, like we've had 2 weeks actually, so whenever it rains, everything looks even more fresh and beautiful. We're so blessed with what we have here. We're set on 500 acres. But the beautiful manicured lawns, obviously the gardener had a little bit of a challenge last week with riding around in his, doing the gardens. But we have such, like, as far as the eye can see, it's our estate. And I think what is the most amazing thing for me is like when you said, when you come down that driveway, even when I did the very first time, I came for a chat with one of the owners, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
And it might sound dramatic, but to have something here, who would know that this was nestled in the middle of, Campbelltown area, just straight off the highway. It reminded me of like the Hunter Valley and that kind of vibe. But so close to Sydney and in our back gardens.
Yeah, it's like Southern Highlands even.
That's it.
You get some of these places in Southern Highlands and you get that feel. So just explain to everybody, where are we?
Well, we're in Denham Court.
Yep.
So obviously this area is very historic. Ottimo House has a wonderful history as well. It wasn't a music venue many years ago. Some people know it as that. Yep. Some of the clients that have come have told me stories about partying many years ago here. And the other story, which I really love, is the horse riding.
Yes.
Like you said.
I used to ride here when I was a teenager.
Yeah, so we have clients that, used to ride 20, 30 years ago that are now bringing their grandchildren to ride, which is, great.
Yeah, and I was saying to you before, actually, because you get so busy in life, and I didn't even realise they still did horse riding here.
Yes.
So, because it's all up combined, it's about 500 acres. Yeah?
Correct, yes.
So the Ottimo House grounds, because you've obviously got the riding school, which is still at the top there.
Correct, yeah.
So the Ottimo House grounds, how much of that does it take up?
So we're obviously set on that 500 acres. Here we have 5 venues on property, 3 major ones and 2 extra ones that we've been, since I've come on board, kind of changing that mindset of what those venues that, used to be, still are, certainly for weddings where people, will have maybe receptions or even get married in, have the ceremony. Yep. Now using them as breakout spaces, which, with corporates and when we have large conferences are really an important part. But the 3 major venues on site, we have the Mahogany Room, which we can do up to 500 people in. Wow. That's the main space. Yep. And then the owners, since coming on board in 2015, have built this beautiful space we're in now, the Rosewood. So this can take 100 people for a sit-down dinner or 150 cocktail, and we've got this gorgeous area overlooking the lake and the fountain. And then they built a marquee. So it is a permanent fixture, and they did that 5 to 6 years ago. Right. That's probably the most popular. It can fit up to 200, so it's perfect for that. There's so many functions, not just weddings, but corporates sit in that space between 100 and 200. And it's floor to ceiling glass windows overlooking the venue. Nice. So when people go in there, it's got the wow. It certainly does. Yeah. It certainly does. So we have a lot of things going on. We even have a space just next to where we are now called the Pavilion, and it has such a beautiful vibe. Like it has cafe lights outside. It's like that barn feel. I've been wanting to do a party myself in there since I started. And just hasn't happened yet with COVID. But we have such a variety of different things.
So you say you got 5 venues, so that covers off 4 of them. So what's the 5th one?
That would be the amphitheatre.
Oh, the amphitheatre.
Yeah, so the amphitheatre is where the brides and grooms get married if they're having their main reception in the Mahogany. Yep. but we are selling it for cocktails. So we've actually got a amazing gala coming up in 2 weeks, the Lifeline Macarthur.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm super passionate about that. I actually helped them. I got involved with their Christmas wrapping. I think just during COVID, it's been so important because it's affected so many people in different ways. They've helped and been there for the community when people have been really suffering and have never been busier, have never had so many calls, and getting involved with them just before Christmas and already talking about the gala when they decided to come bring the gala to us. You know, I'm getting, giving them so many ideas of what they can do and raise money. I have a lot of experience in that, but they're having their pre-cocktail in the amphitheatre. So we've got about 70 people having a beautiful VIP cocktail before the main event.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so, and when people come and they're like, what's the venue there? And it's great because you've got those views, but you're undercover. So if indeed Mother Nature decides to give us a drenching like she has done the past couple of weeks, you can still...
You've still got some cover.
Yeah, you've still got...
Yeah, I'm really disappointed that I'm not available to
come
to that one because I've already got
to have get your dancing shoes on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that.
No?
I think the last time I did that was actually at my eldest daughter's wedding.
Oh!
And it was actually a great function. That was up at Nundle.
Okay.
There's a working sheep station up there that called the Woolshed that actually does cater for weddings and that sort of stuff as well. And
beautiful.
I think there's a bit of video of me sliding across the floor on my knees. So
well, like Hugh Grant in that, on your knees.
On my knees.
Oh, wow.
Wore a hole in my suit trousers, so we probably don't want a repeat of that. But yeah, look, sounds like a fantastic function, and Lifeline do such a great job. And you're right, and the amount of interviews I've done a few with different charities in the area, and a lot support Lifeline as well. But with what people have been going through, stuck at home during COVID, loss of businesses and that sort of stuff, it's such a required resource, more so now than ever before. So
absolutely.
Do you know if people are still able to buy tickets for that?
They are. They're still on sale. So absolutely, if you can, show your support. And actually, it's a really reasonable price. I know sometimes when you go to these charity galas, that they sometimes outprice themselves, but they're very, very affordable. And of course, you get to come and enjoy an amazing evening. We're looking after you with beautiful award-winning catering, drinks all night, partying.
Sounds great.
It's going to be
so
great.
We should tell people to just look up Lifeline Macarthur and you'll probably find a link to be able to
it's called
that.
Bubbles and Bow Ties.
Bubbles and Bow Ties.
Yeah,
that's
exactly right.
Well, I'll have to make sure I put in my diary for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
Yeah, absolutely.
The next event, you're going to be my guest.
Thank you very much.
If you're not already tied up for Melbourne Cup, maybe keep me in mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're going to be doing Melbourne Cup here this year.
All right, that sounds good. I'll put that in my diary. I know when that is. It's the first Tuesday of November.
There we go.
We'll make sure we do that.
There we go. Awesome. Yeah.
And it is truly beautiful in here. So, when did you start with Ottimo House?
So actually, it was a year ago last week.
Right.
Yeah. So that was. I really believe timing is everything. I just very quickly, I've been in Australia. I just got my citizenship in September.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah. That was a lockdown ceremony, actually, which was still very special. The previous mayor did an amazing job. But I came over 7 years ago. I was traveling at the time. Visited a friend, was supposed to stay 3 weeks, stayed for 7 and got a job. Managed to convince somebody to give me a visa. And I've been working in the city, since 2016 when I came back on the visa. And I lived in the city. And because of COVID, briefly explained to you before, my father was, got stuck here and we moved out this way. And one of the owners, actually, I worked with him previously. And unknown to me, he had spoken to his brother-in-law, Michael Capetta, that actually owns Ottimo House, and said, when we're ready to launch the corporate arm of Ottimo, there's only one person that you want to get on board.
That's nice.
Well, it was nice, but completely unknown to me. So when I got the call from Peter, I mean, I had, been in a mind to look for something new. I wanted a new challenge. At that point, I had moved locally, so I was travelling into the city every day. It was a 6:15 bus from Ambervale in the morning to get into Sydney Central by 8:30.
Wow.
It was,
That's a grind.
It was.
Yeah.
So when I came for the first initial chat and said I drove down the entrance, I literally got goosebumps. Had no idea that this was here. And when they walked me around, I just, I was really taken aback.
Yep.
I think even back then, before we knew really what COVID was, and we'd already been locked down for a year or had some restrictions, I think the change in people and what they want to do, slowly getting back now to corporate, the enthusiasm is there, the hunger is there to get back and meet people. Zoom has been an amazing way to keep connected, but people just want that human interaction.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily want to go into the city. They don't necessarily want to, be stuck in a hotel boardroom or, do those regular things that were just second nature.
Yep.
So now that we're opening up again, we really have an opportunity here when corporates are coming out and they're doing their retreat style events, or even bringing people out to the city to come somewhere that's literally 35 minutes away, but have this experience has been amazing. So when I came here, I saw that already, and I'm building something from scratch. Because weddings has been always so popular here, because why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't you?
Beautiful, that's right.
Exactly right. But with corporates, I think when we started, the surprising thing for me was we sit here nestled in 500 meters down the road. You've got all of those huge corporates, big manufacturing, logistics, big companies in this area. And even going out a little bit more to Preston's or Ingleburn. Obviously, we've got everything in our back garden, but nobody knew who we were.
Yeah.
Even going, seeing clients on Williamson Road and bringing them a beautiful piece of marketing, and then go, oh,
where are you?
Yeah, that's what it is. I drive past there every day. I didn't know what it was. And when they come on, on site to see us and go, wow, this is just spectacular. So that's been really a highlight for me. Even schools this year, again, a difficult year during COVID, because of the HSC having to move. But we did 28 formals last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the year before, we had about 7 schools that we looked after.
Yeah.
So we brought on another 2021.
Yeah.
And all rebooked for next year.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so again, for formal to be able to come here, to bring your kids here and to have pictures on that most special day, finishing their HSC, and with a background like this, it's very.
It's great. So with the corporates, because you're right, there's a lot down Williamson, back in Ingleburn there. You've got Smeaton Grange as well.
Huge.
You've got Cressons. Even just over the outside through Smithfield and Wetherell Park and Huntingwood, there's just so much around, and that's that 20-minute drives.
Exactly.
So
right.
which is great. So I take it you've got all the facilities that are required for a conference, all the audio visual that you need.
Yeah. And that's a point of difference for us as well. And coming on board and having owners that really trust me and know that I'm bringing on a wealth of experience. And when I tell them that I need to do something, they do it. So when, March, I came on board, and for me, it was like AV is everything for corporates. Yeah. And what I want to do is I want to offer that for free. We sat down, we had a discussion about that, and they were like, okay, we understand. Because AV is something that can, double your budget with corporate, particularly if you're talking a big conference. AV can be anything between $5,000 and $10,000, depending on what you're showing, your presentation, the content. In the major room during COVID, we always did have a big screen, but Michael used that time to really upgrade So in all the spaces you get some AV, whether that be an 82-inch screen, a roll-in, the microphone, the sound system, that's all included. But in the main space, where you could do a conference for, as I said, up to 500, you've got 3 large screens and projectors complimentary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's something that's a real point of difference for us, and something when I'm going out to tell people about this, they're amazed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually got some contacts that I might pass on to you later that would probably get great benefit out of that.
Please, I'd love to hear
from
that.
history, because my background previously was I spent 20 years with Lexus. So
Wow.
So and this would be an ideal venue
Yes.
for some of the stuff that they do, and especially with new model launches and the like amongst all the dealerships. So there's real broad scope that you've got here.
There is. Well, we upgraded our website, which if anybody gets the opportunity to go onto the website, it's stunning.
Oh, stunning.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of that. We're so proud of that.
Yeah.
But our friends Paul Wakeling Motors,
Yep.
who actually did an event with us prior and are coming back to do their awards shortly for this year. Everything's got put off for so many years.
Yeah.
I gave them a call when we were doing that video, and I said, would you be so kind to give us one of your cars to put in our space and showcase that you actually can do amazing launches? And they did.
Yeah.
And so we've got a beautiful part of the video that you see where we're showcasing the marquee for product launches. But associations is another big one.
Yeah.
We have a couple of upcoming site visits for their big awards, where they have large machinery that they want to showcase at the beginning of their awards evening, and they can put it in our car park.
Yeah, wow.
So they have a fleet of 26 trucks that they're going to showcase in our car park.
Wow.
Again, something that, where can you do that?
Yeah.
You could do it at the ICC maybe, but you'll be paying maybe $20,000, $30,000 for the venue hire of that space and the logistics to get that in there.
Yeah.
So whether it's, a fleet of trucks or cars or whatever it may be, we have the facilities here to showcase it, and it's either at no cost or very little cost.
Yeah.
To take over this venue, the entire space would be less money than to take over a ballroom in the city.
Yeah, wow.
And I know that because I was selling those for 5 years.
Yeah.
So the price point's amazing, the AV, just the space, what we've got.
Yep.
And before I forget, I do want to tell you something which is very cool. Again, COVID put the brakes on it for now, but we do have a huge company, I can't share the name, but that have as the CEO's a visionary, let's say, a very cool guy, that wanted to do a Burning Man meets Coachella
Right.
party
Wow.
on our property
Wow.
as the Christmas party.
Wow.
Yeah. So they had a production company that came and literally did this amazing concept using all of the spaces from a silent disco in the amphitheatre to creating this amazing thing in the main room, having different areas with different, like you would do for one of those large festivals in different spaces. And it was going ahead. And then, of course,
Bang.
Omicron.
Yeah.
So, but this is what this space can do. It really can.
So the flexibilities.
Exactly. And a lot of companies thinking of us for coming down, doing the team building days.
Yep.
Yes, we've got the horse riding studio next door, and to build that as part of your package, come along, do a conference in the morning, and do that important content that you need to deliver to your staff or guests or clients in the morning, and then go and have some fun.
Yeah.
We had the archery as part of our video on the website. We work with a team building company that can come and do laser pigeon shooting, archery, do the amazing race on the property. So much. It's fun. It's a really fun space.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad spot for the laughters either. So live action replay.
There we go.
Yeah, they love it. So, which is great. Fantastic venue. I can't see any reason why anybody wouldn't come down to check it out and have a look. I think what you offer in the corporate space is really important for the area.
Yes.
Because people are, and you're right, they're looking for something different to the closed-in four walls of a hotel conference room, where everybody feels claustrophobic and extremely tired by the time they get through the day.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Whereas you've got this moving in and out spaces and that sort of stuff. So,
Get some fresh air in the break, and be able to just enjoy being outdoors, and then come back and all of our venues, you can see outside the beautiful spaces that we have.
So where are we at now with say booking lead times?
So we're just, even as it was great to see, even 2 weeks ago after the Premier lifted those restrictions even more, the phones started.
Yeah.
So we have really short lead times. We have people that meetings have been put off for so long, or maybe they're scheduled and they're doing some hybrid type meetings.
Yeah.
So we've got inquiries as close as 2 weeks away, and people already thinking about Christmas. They've missed Christmas for 2 years now. They want to lock it in. Yep. I really think end of financial year will be a big one this year. So some people celebrated Christmas in July. We had some of those last year that couldn't happen again, that are going to be happening. But people are really thinking forward. Yep. As I said, that enthusiasm. They are. And with those bigger conferences and bigger gala dinners, they do need to book in advance. Yeah. So we've got anything, as I said, from short leads to 2 weeks up to 12 months ahead. And all my schools are wanting to book in for next year as well, not just this year, but put the dates in for next year as well. So it's great, because for me, I can go to my boss and say, listen, we've got no dates. Yeah. We need some more venues. Can you build me another venue? So there is something in the works, and they're always thinking of what we can do here. But it's exciting. It really is exciting. Yeah. And everybody that comes, we're doing everything from fashion shoots. We had a fashion shoot a couple of weeks ago, and they just, again, didn't know about us and loved it. Yeah. To big gala dinners, to even lunches in here. Yeah. Long lunches and board meetings. There's anything and everything.
It's very flexible.
Yeah, and we do think outside the box. Our chef's incredible. We've got a big company coming in from the city, because my clients will travel, because it is only 30 minutes away. Yeah. And we're doing a tasting next week, which it will be anything, similar to a Michelin star restaurant. So I want to be part of this tasting. Yeah. And the chef is really creative like that. And it's great to be part of a team where, you're not afraid to go to the chef and ask for something that's outside.
So the passion seems to run through the company, from owner through yourself, which is fantastic to see, the chef. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Michael, who's the owner, his background, he's a chef.
Right.
Our other owner, Peter, is the venue manager. So you've got the owners back of house and front of house, making sure everything is awesome. Absolutely
spot on.
Yeah. Which is what you want.
We're going to spend a little bit of time just having a bit of fun with yourself.
Oh, okay.
So I've got 9 quick questions for you. All right. Okay. All right. This is how I normally wrap up the interviews.
That's good.
All right. Okay. So just quick responses, right?
Okay.
What's your favourite word?
Liverpool.
Oh. Yeah.
Sit well with you, Mark.
Football fan.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, unfortunately, it used to be really good to be a Man United fan, but
I was very disappointed this morning that you didn't help us out.
Anyway.
I was really, that was the first thing I looked at this morning.
Oh, was it?
You could have helped us out there.
You could have done. What's your least favourite word?
COVID.
Yeah. For a lot of people. What turned you on?
Being busy.
Yeah?
Being busy?
Yeah. I always say, if you want something done, give it to a busy person.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because they just keep actioning things, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is good, because they don't have time to stop.
Yeah.
My daughter says to me, Dad, at some stage you need to slow down. And I go, why?
Yeah.
What turns you off?
People that don't care about things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't have, you know, in this business, for me, the point of difference is really, really caring and taking care. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a 5-person event or a 500-person event.
Yeah.
That personal contact, that detail, that, you know, and that comes from passion, obviously. But yeah, when people don't care, when you receive bad customer service, that really,
it comes from sincerity.
Yeah.
It's that sincerity of wanting to make sure that you're having an impact somewhere.
Yes.
You know, so which is good. All right. What sound or noise do you love?
These are good ones. I'm going to go back to football again.
Oh.
When we score a goal! There's nothing like the Liverpool fans and the sound of You'll Never Walk Alone. I'll give it, that's the one. That's the one.
That would be absolute, not being a Liverpool fan, but that would be unreal experience.
I took my husband to Anfield when we went back to the UK, and he still talks about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
Yeah. For me, the equivalent is being at Eden Park when the All Blacks are playing, because being a Kiwi. So I tell people I only see one colour and it's all black. What sound or noise do you hate?
I didn't even need to say it then, right? Nails down a chalkboard. Yeah.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
You know, I do training. I'm very passionate about training, mentoring people mostly.
Yep.
I started to try, during COVID, do a course online, which wasn't easy, just to get my certification here.
Yep.
I didn't finish it. However, I've just enrolled into a mentoring program for foster kids.
Right.
Yeah, I've just been accepted, which I'm really excited about.
That's awesome.
So mentoring these kids that really need help, that don't have that support.
Yep.
So I'm very excited about that. So I think that's definitely something that I'd love to do more in the future, mentoring, training.
Yep.
I think it's really rewarding.
You're a bit like me. I love training, coaching, mentoring is great. So, yeah, fantastic. I actually grew up in a house where Mum and Dad, we always had temporary foster kids.
Right.
Yeah, so they did it through Bernardo's.
Yes.
So we always had, so they're always short stay. But you see so many lives that are impacted in such a poor way, and it's nice to be able to see people still caring enough to want to go out there and have a bit of an impact. Which is
I think you have a responsibility if you can,
Yep.
you need to
do something.
And I have some spare time, and I just think, and even
We'll see how that spare time goes in your bookings.
Well, that's it. But I think it's important to get back. But it's exciting.
What profession would you not like to do?
It's a difficult one. Probably anything to do with politics. Yeah.
Common answer too.
Yeah, I think that's just because, I see that they just, even with everything that's happened and the premiers and protecting us, through this, once in a lifetime for us event, and just the amount of flack that they've had to go through. Not everybody gets it right all the time. But I think that we've been pretty looked after.
Yeah, quite often they're in a position of damned if they do and damned if they
That's
don't.
it. Yeah. That's it. So probably that.
Yeah. You have to have pretty thick skin.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Here's your mum.
Nice. Lovely. Julie, thank you very much for your time today and showing me Ottimo House. Encourage everybody to look up the beautiful website, have a look through all the different venues that are here, and contact them and make your booking.
Please.
Absolutely.
That'd be wonderful. We look forward to seeing you here.
Excellent.
Thank you,
very much,
Mark,
Julie.
so much. It's been a pleasure.